Hey, so for many of us, it's that first week when the kids go back to school, and it can feel for a lot of us who work from home as quite a new reboot. I'm going to say a new start, but it's not really a new start, it's a reboot, isn't it? A lot of us have spent a lot of time with the kids over the summer, and when they disappear back off to school, it's time for us to get back in to what we are doing. But it's also a time where a lot of us notice that we seem to be in a place where we don't know how to move forward. We can't see the way. It's like blocked to us. It's like we can see that destination that we want to have. You know, we can see the success, we can see the clients that we want. We can get a sense of the work that we wish to be doing. But in this very moment, we can feel a bit kind of up against a wall, stuck. It's like, oh crap. All the potential, all the possibilities, what do we do to move it forward? So, yeah, how do we get beyond that? How do we get to that place further down the road than where we are now? So, I always like to remind myself about the things I really love to do, the reasons why I do the work that I do. Reminding myself of those things kind of gets me in that good feeling place again. And it can help you move past that frustration of how to do the next bit. That if you allow yourself to just be in a place of kind of contentment, knowing that the work that you love is out there somewhere, that you can find ways to move towards it. Another really useful way of seeing that road ahead is by looking backwards and looking at the things that have worked for you before. Having that little session, say like an hour of time, where you think about the projects that went really well, you think about the clients that you really enjoyed working with, you think about the things that you made which really gave you a sense of fulfillment. It's like, what were they? How did you do them? What was the response from them? What was the feedback? And then obviously how can you find that little spark of enjoyment or creativity in that last project, and remind yourself that it is there and that it will come back. It's also useful to look further along the path at people who are doing kind of what you do, who you resonate with, who you are inspired by. And if you follow them on, say, something like Instagram or Facebook, going back through their work and looking at where they were, say, a year before or 3 years before, or maybe even 5 years before, because that can give you a real confidence in the fact that we're all moving forward, we are all moving into our next iteration. The work that they produce now will be probably very different from the work that they were creating 5 years ago or 3 years ago. Not maybe so much in the content, but in the polishedness of the work, and within the clarity of the work. And you can really see how people evolve over time, and that evolution just comes from creating work and putting it out there, and that can also inspire you to keep creating, to keep putting your work out there, to keep listening to the feedback that people give you, keep making connections and having interactions with folk, and allows you to also see how far you've come. So yeah, those are just some simple little ideas that maybe you'd like to play with when you can't quite see what's further down the road. Excuse me and my croaky voice today. Don't know where it's come from. If you like any support, any help, you can find me at www.wearetreatmentunicorns.com. My name's Carrie. I will be your treatment unicorn. Take care. I'll catch you on the next video.